Welcome back. We're joined now by our Fox 56 political analyst, Jonathan Miller. And Jonathan, we need to talk about the historic nature tonight of Daniel Cameron's nomination. The first African-American at the top of the ticket in the state, a Republican. We had a Republican African-American also running for treasurer. And we had a former lieutenant governor who was African-American. Did the Democrats maybe need to step up and match the Republicans in diversity recruiting?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the demographics of voters, a significantly higher percentage of African Americans in the state vote Democratic, but you're right, the representation at the statewide level, Republicans have got a lead. I think the Democrats are going to look at this and realize they're going to need to do better at recruiting and nurturing and giving development ammunition to these candidates of color.
Yeah, if Cameron would happen to win, he would be the first African-American Republican governor in the country.
It's pretty exciting to have that happen, but I think Andy Beshear thinks he's got a lot to do before that happens.
Now, we do want to kind of break down the Republican race. It was obviously a very expensive, very competitive race, a crowded field. I think a lot of folks are sitting here looking at the results thinking, Kelly Craft spent so much money. Why didn't she perform better?
Well, I think a lot of folks think she should have started earlier. It's really hard being a political candidate and understanding how to talk to the news media and how to run a campaign. And when you have such a short, compressed time, no matter how much money you have, it's difficult to be able to share your message. But I think you need to look at what her ads were talking about. Again, going to the Fox 56 poll, voters were looking for discussions of the economy and jobs. She was talking about immigration and wokeness in schools. And while those are hot-button issues, that's not what was motivating people at the polls. But I think ultimately, the person that she worked for, Donald Trump, endorsed Daniel Cameron. That was a surprise early on, but it really was dispositive in this race.
Yeah. And then another thing we were just quickly going to ask, do you see a future for any of the candidates who didn't win? Obviously, 11 other candidates in this race on the Republican side.
Yeah, and you know, Kelly Craft will take another look about running for another office, I assume. As we talked about earlier, there is a lot of talk about Daniel Cameron picking Ryan Quarles to be his running mate. Ryan Quarles certainly performed very well with a strong second. I think you got Alan Keck there, who didn't get many votes, but he impressed a lot of people during the debates. And then there's Eric Dieters. He told Fox 56 News he wasn't going to go away. I don't see him going away, and I don't know if he'll ever win an election, but he'll certainly stir things up for now on.
Yeah, these two candidates know each other well, Governor Beshear and Attorney General Cameron. They've sued each other a lot even. So what kind of race do you expect between these two in the fall?
Well, they're both very bright with legal backgrounds. They both are very articulate. They both have some very impassioned policies about issues coming before the Commonwealth. They're both young, charismatic, attractive guys, a lot in common. Where they differ is on key issues of the day, and I think that during the course of this general election, you'll see a lot of contrasts, whether it comes to job creation or education or these other issues that have been popping up to the surface in recent weeks.
All right. We know it's going to be heated this fall. We know we'll have you back many times to talk about the race as it unfolds, and we appreciate your insight tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Our political analyst, Jonathan Miller.
Keep it here. We'll be right back.